Hey, what's going on, iOS developers? Welcome to episode 3 in SwiftUI development. And I'm Amit Vaidya. And today, let's start with the tab bar. So, tab bars allow us to access different parts of the application. And these are icons that we find at the bottom of the screen. And they're super easy to integrate in SwiftUI. And I'm going to walk through how it's done. So, basically, hope you guys have downloaded Xcode 12 Beta 2, and we're gonna start with our app here, and I'm just gonna call it tab bar demo. Make sure everything says Swift here and Swift UI. Hit next, create. So as you can see, my preview has loaded now. What I'm going to do is change layout to iPhone 11 Pro, which is what I usually use. So what we are going to do today is create a set of 5 tabs, and I want them to look like Safari. So I just go ahead and run and have a look at what Safari looks like. So if I just press home here, I should be going back to Safari. I can see that the Safari app has 5 icons. So the first one is a back chevron. Then we have a forward chevron and a share button, a book icon, and a multi-tab window icon. Right. So now that I know that I need to build 5 tabs, what I'm going to do is create a struct similar to this. And instead of content view, I'm going to call it back view. And instead of a text, I'm going to give it a color dot red. Or let's go with WebGear. So WebGear indicates violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange, and red. So I'm going to add violet, but we don't have violet in the UI color, so we will use purple now. So that's my back view, and I'm going to embed back view here. And I want to embed the back view inside a tab view. If you watched the first episode, I talked about how UI tab bar is now a tab view. So we're going to add this back view inside of our tab view, and I'm going to hit resume now and hide all these unnecessary spaces. So basically what we have is our first tab right here. So as you can see, there's no tab bar icon at the bottom. So what I'm going to do is create a tab item, and I'm going to press enter twice, and I'm going to add an image called system name. So this system image is called chevron.left. And I'm going to add a text that says back. So as you can see, my first tab has already been created, and it was super easy to do so in SwiftUI. And similarly, I can create 5 more tabs. So I've just copied 5 tabs right here. And as you can see, all of them will show me a color of purple. The next color in our spectrum is blue. So I'm going to copy this and create another view called forward view. And I'm going to add a color blue in the background. So for the second tab, I want to change the chevron to right and hit resume. I'm going to call it forward. So I have the left chevron and the right chevron. So let's now try to create the other tab bar items. So you might be wondering how I have these names that says chevron left and chevron right. So basically these are found in something called SF symbols. SF symbols can be downloaded from Apple's website, and you just need to type SF symbol Apple developer, something like that, and it will show up. So you don't need to download this to implement this in SwiftUI. So basically, you could just write this exact same code and it will show up in your simulator or preview. So as you can see, I have added the chevron right and forward in the same back view. But what I want to do is have different colors for different views. So I'm gonna change the name to forward, and I already have a forward view here. Just to differentiate, when I run this app, what I'm going to say is the forward view has a different color background compared to the back view, and all the other views are same back views called again and again. So rinse and repeat. Let's call this one refresh view and the bookmark view, and the last one would be our all tabs view. Again, rinse and repeat, and change the names. All right, looks like my preview window just shut down. That's okay. We can see that all the other views should be working fine. So the next color we have is green, yellow, and orange. Cool. So I'm glad that my preview window crashed, and I can show you guys how to bring it back. What you need to do is click on this button right here and click on canvas, and there it is. There's my view. Now, because I'm a huge nerd, I have basically memorized what these names are called, so I'm just gonna quickly add them here. And just to make it look more like Safari, I'm just gonna comment out all the text, and there you have it. That's basically how tab bars can be implemented in SwiftUI. Hope you learned something new, and if you want to try out something cooler, like adding a search bar, just like Safari, so that can be done in the next episode. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see that. If you just wanted to try this out on your own, try building something like the tab bar of the Photos app on your own, and you should get the hang of it. Anyway, that's it for today's session. And once again, SF Pro symbols will have everything that you need to implement. And if you want, you can just search square on square. That's the image that I have used. And if I just use square on square dot dashed here and run it, so you can see the image has changed now. And we can basically use any symbol that we want, something like HomePod dot fill. So something like this will only work on iOS 14 and above, and it's indicated right here. So these symbols are part of SF Pro Symbols 2, and SF Pro Symbols 2 launched with iOS 14, and they are still in beta. If I just check SF Symbols Apple Dev, So this is the application that you need to download. And yeah, so that's it for today, guys. Hope you liked my video and subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys next week.